All right, all right, all right. How y'all doing, family? How y'all doing? 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 It's your brother King Simon in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, baby. What up? What up? What up, y'all? Okay, so we're here for early afternoon. It is now 5 minutes before the top of the hour. 1 o'clock. We have a special guest for the first time on this platform. We have the one, the only Angela Mingo, founder of MingoMajor LLC. We'll be speaking about building generational wealth through housing and rental. Big up to all my IG fans, all my people on IG coming in the building, all the people on YouTube and Facebook that's coming in the building. Thank y'all very much. Also, just want to remind all of our beautiful people that tomorrow we have KT, the Arc Degree, coming in. Are you eating food for your soul? That's right. You know, KT, the Arch Degree. Not only was he raised around Dr. Sabi, but his mother was one of Dr. Sabi's wives at the time. So big up to Dr. Sabi, the soul of Dr. Sabi. Big up to his Mama Pill and the whole crew. And on February the 2nd, we kicking it off on February with the one, the only Adara Moselle, award-winning master tantric shaman, celebrity energy coach, and healer. Clearing negative energy is what we're going to be speaking about on February the 2nd. And on February the 5th, we're going to be speaking about mental health, seriousness of mental health with Wayne Lightworker on February the 5th. Remember, sold out the 9 Eat the God Fest. We will be in the building. I am vending, and I have a whole crew around me that's vending. So I know Nina Diamond's book is going to be with us. Nina Diamond's new book called Unveiling 9 Ether is going to be a powerful, powerful build. You want to be in the building, and there's going to be a whole host of people that's going to be speaking. I'll be on stage. Brother Rich is going to be one of the MCs. I'm one of the MCs. We're just going to have a good old time. And if you're in Brooklyn, New York, Nicholas Brooklyn has a 2-day event, one at Nicholas, one at the Restoration Plaza. Nicholas on February the 8th, they have Heru, Brother Heru, coming in to drop some good knowledge about eliminating malignant cells and problems with the body, parasites and all that. And then on the 9th, they got a purely holistic soul expo that's happening on the 9th. Remember, Dr. Phil Valentine that day is actually doing the remix of the Countdown to 2030. So it's actually a rebroadcast of it from 1 p.m. all the way through till 10 o'clock, I believe. All right. That's happening on February the 9th. So make sure you go to his website, uksnow.org, or call that 800 number right there. February 9th, we have Roz Kofi coming in, how to cultivate to live. Then we have Abundance Child and John Carr, keeping family business alive on the 12th. That's going to be powerful. Then we have tribute to Dr. Delbert Blair coming up. That's right. Tribute to Dr. Delbert Blair coming up. Special guest will be Brother Tony. Brother Tony from the Meta Center will be our special guest. Then on the 16th, we have Dr. Philip Valentine and Brother Sabir Bey on the 16th at 7 o'clock. And then on the 19th, we have Dr. Alicia Kair-Il, The Magic of Death Money. And don't forget, also, I have a workshop happening called the Grammar of Numerovation Workshop and How to Articulate It. All right, that's what we're going to be doing. I want to big up already my moderator is in the building, the one, the only Color Curiosity. Respect to her. Make sure you support what she's doing. Color therapy, wardrobe, color therapy, feng shuiing your life with color therapy, per-unking your life with color therapy with Millicent Simmons. Make sure you hit her up at the number right there, 813-325-4205. Or please join her on IG at Color Curiosity LLC. She's dropping a lot of new information up there and teaching you at the same time. Paris Williams, big up to her. Hit her up at Instagram, YouTube, and her website, PW Collections, Saturn's Daughter 47, and PW Collection LLC. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn. He got a workshop coming up on how to get into numerology as a business, a career. So if you want to support the world-renowned Lloyd Strayhorn, I see my guest in the back. We're going to be dealing with her in 1 minute. If you want to support the world-renowned Lloyd Strayhorn, who's been on Oprah and all that type of stuff, this brother is having a great workshop coming up. And don't forget Dr. Shakira Moore, one of our sponsors, holistic iridologist, nutritional advisor, spiritual teacher. Her new book is called The Iris Papers. Just like the ISIS Papers, The Iris Papers is coming out. Pre-order the new book on February 15th, or you can text her for any services. Hit her up. And do remember, we have our Reiki and sound healing specialist herself, Kerry Ann Ingram. Make sure you hit her up or scan that QR code. And also big up Adara Moselle, who also deals with energy healing, negative energy removal, and all that. Very good people that are doing. Go to adaramoselle.com. Also, if you want to do hypnotherapy or hypnosis with Kendall, very good sister, hit her up at that 1-800-396-MIND. And also go to her website. And if you want your taxes done, this brother is a tax advisor for many years. One of my dear friends and brothers, DTR Taxes. Hit him up at 862-314-6039. And big up to my son. He has a business out here in Georgia called the Pressure Wash, Car Detailing, and Dumpster Wash in Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Hit him up at 512-429-9522. And my other son in New York got a recording studio. Make sure you hit him up on his recording studio. If you want to record an audio book, artist development, anything you want to do, he can help you out. Make sure you hit him up and he can support you at 347-455-9056 or 929-456-3009. And big up to me, of course. I am doing my consultations. If you want to do a numerovation consultation, please hit me up. Text me your full name, date of birth, and email to 347-496-1022. And don't forget, all my books are available on Amazon right now, or go to my linktree/King Simon the Numerovator, or my new book that's coming out called Numerovational Angles and Angel Numbers is coming out. And also my children's book is called Strive to Live a Positive Life for Children in 2025. And my autobiography is about to hit the street in 2026 called When the Late Bell Rang. All right. Without further ado, I got a sister that's I met, man, in Tampa while visiting my father. And it was very interesting because this sister's place is a beautiful place, man, in Tampa. When I say she keeps it gully and beautiful, I just love it. You know what I'm saying? And she's just straight to the point. She's a Virgo like my own biological sister. So I love the energy that she gave me. And I said, you know what? Why don't you come on my show and stop playing? You know, so without any further ado, we're going to welcome this beautiful sister as I read a little bit about her bios. Of course, Angela Mingo was born and raised in Key West, where both her parents and sisters still thrive. And she now lives in Orlando. Angela's company is MingoMajor LLC. They specialize in providing premium accommodation for business professionals on short-term assignments and anyone who may be relocating. Without any further ado, we're going to have her talk a little bit more about what she does and how she do it. Let's welcome on stage for the first time right here on my channel, King Simon Presents Only Quality People, the one, the only Angela.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here. I'm a little nervous. This is my first podcast, so excuse me. Let me just, yeah.
Oh, I love doing that. I like bringing people into the new. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, you
I'm
got
very passionate about what I do, but I've never really expressed it with the public.
Well, you got a powerful voice, so you should be doing that more.
Thank you.
I'm proud of your journey. Like I said, I was at your spot in Tampa. I want to let everybody know on the bottom there is our guest, entrepreneur, Airbnb superhost. You can contact her at IG through the Angela at IG, the Angela, what is it? Angela Nickel, right?
Angela Nickel Mingo. That's
Nicole,
my full name.
That's your full name?
Angela
Okay,
Nickel.
Nickel, okay.
Yeah.
And then if you want a partnership business or potential partnership, her email is right there, MingoMajor LLC at gmail.com. This sister is doing wonderful work, and she could give you some guidance. She could give you some education. She should show you how to do this anywhere in the world if you have to. So first and foremost, sister, how did you come up with the business name MingoMajor? Let's talk about that real quick, please.
Yeah, because I think, a big part of what we do is about the people that are going to come after us. It's not so much of making money so that we can spend it, but making money so the people after us can, multiply it. So Mingo is my dad's last name, and Major is my mother's maiden name.
Wow.
And so, which they're both very prominent names in our community. I'm actually currently in Key West right now. This is not a fake background.
That looks beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, so it's a very prominent name though here on the island. So they'll say MingoMajor, like, people will call me like that out in, when I'm walking down the street, MingoMajor. And so I was like, I have to make this a brand. I have to make this something that can live on for generations to come.
That makes a lot of sense. And now, what kind of business is your mom and dad into? I know they must have influenced you in something. What kind of business are they into?
A little bit. Both of my parents were civilians in the Navy, so they
Okay.
retired
Okay.
as civilians, and so they
Good.
now live retired lives, but they also have rental properties. So the
Good.
house that
Good.
I was born and raised in, the house they still live in, we live in half of the house, and the other half of the house is 3 apartments. So there's
Right.
always been rental units there, and there's other houses around the island. We would get in trouble because the key that I have it goes to all of the properties. So my dad would say, you know, like when your parents lose, oh, you lost the house key, as if someone's gonna like come and break into your house, you know, and but it's really to all of these, you know, so that's always been a big family joke. So that's kind of how they've influenced me throughout my business.
Well, first of all, thank them for their services in the Navy. I have family that's been in the military when I was younger, in the Navy and the Air Force, all kinds of stuff. So thank them for their services to keep America great in our way, not just in anybody
Yes.
else's way. So, one thing I was very happy is that when I stepped into your place in Tampa, it was very beautiful. Although I had to call you to make sure I know what I was doing. It wasn't hard after that. Once you taught me what to do, it was quick and easy, and that's
Hmm.
what I love, that you kept it simple and it kept it easy. What are some of the most important things that you've learned in doing properties, and also dealing with building generational wealth? But starting with rental housing and rental property, what is the most important thing you would like to share with our audience about doing that and getting into it, please?
Yeah, I think that the answer to both of your questions is to be proactive and be ahead of the ball.
Right. Right.
Get ahead of things, not trying to chase behind it. And so when it comes to me providing this service to my guests, I get ahead of the ball. I have, like I always have at least maybe like one person stay in my unit. The first person that does stay, I let them know
Right.
you are the first person to stay in this unit. Please let me know if there's anything at all that can
Yeah.
be improved, something you wish you had. They're always like, oh my gosh, I had a perfect stay, but giving me feedback. So I think that inviting the feedback, not only being open to it, but asking for it so that you can be ahead of the ball, will help you to both get ahead, to be ahead of my guests and also be ahead within generational wealth. It's
Right.
not
Right.
about, what, oh, I'll actually tell you that I lost my job in like July. I was laid off.
Mm,
However, I had already been working on this business.
right.
So when I got laid off, I was forced to then put my all into my business. Of course, I that came with a lot of
Sure.
sacrifices, but
Yes.
this is what I have to do now since I'm already in somewhat of a struggle. It's like, let me just use this struggle so that nobody after me has to struggle. Let me get ahead of
Right.
the ball for them.
And I'm glad that you said that, because a lot of people think it's that easy. You hear people doing it, you hear about the rich guys doing it, the rich women doing it, doing their thing, but it's not easy, because you went through some real investment, as I was reading your bio. And I would always ask, what are some of the first strategies for a first time property investor, so to speak? And what would be some of the strategies you would offer to people if they're going to get into this type of environment?
So I think the first thing is that you want to make sure that you always get into a good deal from the get-go. If the numbers don't
Mm,
line up or they're like barely going to be making it, that's not a good deal. If
okay.
if you're coming up on a good opportunity, that opportunity is going to be clear.
Right.
I think that's the very first thing that I would say getting into this. Another strategy is to do research on your market
Right.
before you even once you even find this location, you find, what I do is, I guess that leads me to what I actually do is
Right.
rental arbitrage, which is
Okay.
where you rent an apartment and then
Mhm.
you go about posting it
Okay.
on, various sites, Airbnb, Booking.com, Verbo, direct booking
Mm,
sites, but you're
mhm.
getting permission from the apartment complexes.
Mm,
So when you compare the amount of rent to what is going to be booking for, you can go on Airbnb and see, what are places booking for in this spot, at this
mhm,
time of year. You can go on Airbnb and do that simple research without having any high tech AI. If
mhm,
those
mhm.
numbers kind of add up, when you see that you can get, X amount per night times 30 is double the amount of what they're asking for rent on a 12-month lease,
Right. 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 Right.
that's a
Right.
good deal.
That's a good deal. Okay.
It's that simple. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I was reading a book. I want to go right into that part because I was reading a book about the Rockefellers and what the Rockefellers did back in the day. And when I read the book, they also emphasized and highlighted what the Vanderbilts did to lose their generational wealth, where
Mm-hmm.
Rockefellers did what they had to do to maintain their generational wealth, because that is an important thing, a part of what you've been saying. And the book is called What Would the Rockefellers Do? It's a very good book, because I know
Mm-hmm.
Earn
I've
Your
heard of it.
Leisure. Yeah, Earn Your Leisure spoke about it, and I was watching them. So as far as when it comes to families getting into, how can families leverage home ownership to create financial stability and pass down these assets to future generations, like the nieces, the nephews, the grandchildren, from your perspective, please?
Well, honestly, I cannot speak too much on it. While my
Okay.
parents do own property and they've
Right.
been dealing with rental properties, they actually didn't have a whole lot to do with how I got into
Okay.
rental and all of this stuff now. I was actually
Okay.
working as a travel nurse recruiter
Oh,
and
right.
finding that the nurses that I was staffing had a need for 13-week, leases, maybe sometimes only on Wednesdays, every
Right.
other week. Like they had these weird schedules and they had no way of finding housing when they're getting stipends. The hospital is paying them
Right.
it's giving them money to be able to find housing. They just can't find the housing. That's how
Okay.
I originally got into Airbnb is what I originally was doing, was Airbnb short-term rentals.
Okay. Okay. No problem. This is all right. So again, this is always a learning thing. We are all learning and growing, because I'm even
But to
still.
speak to your question about generational wealth and passing it down to nieces and
Right.
nephews and everything like that, um, you have to. I'm now learn. It's kind of starting with me, only because I'm very
Yes.
like while my parents very much have it together and they have property to pass down. That's not a conversation that we actually have. They're still in this mindset of stay out of my business.
I
So
think
I'm
you're
working on them. Yeah, I'm working on them in the house that my grandmother owned, in the house
wow.
on my mom's side, in the house that my grandfather owned on my or it's opposite, the house that my grandmother owned on my dad's side, and the house that
Right.
my grandfather owned on my mother's side. They both have been sold to the other side, if you know what I mean. But
Really?
they've been sold because the amount of money that they were purchased for back in the day
Right. Right. Right.
was maybe, I would even say like 50K is
Yes. Wasn't
what the
nothing back
houses
in
were
the day.
going for, and now they're
Yes. Yes.
$300,000 houses.
Or
And
more. Yeah.
so
Hmm.
yeah, the generational wealth has not been passed down. It's more
Yeah.
so of the mindset, I think,
Right.
that I have been able to take on, because my grandmother also retired civilian. My grandfather
Okay.
was the president of the NAACP here in Key West. He also fought in
Really?
World War II. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I think it was more of a mindset that's been passed down, and that is obviously something that you cannot buy. You cannot learn.
That's right. That's right. That's interesting that you say that, because I was just talking to one of my cousins recently, and they told me, Brooklyn right now in New York, the brownstones are millions of dollars right now in Brooklyn right now. And my cousin told me that they bought that particular brownstone at that time for $6,000. $6,000.
I said 50, and that was probably like way on the
Yeah,
high end for what they were buying
that's
houses for back then. Like, yeah, we're talking $10,000, $6,000, and now these houses are going for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And a lot of times, people are just willing to give up their property because
yes.
they bought it for so cheaply and because they're getting so much more money now. But people are coming in buying it for 100,000 and flipping
Yep.
it and then making it like $1 million home. Like, really?
Yeah, because some people will come of other persuasion, other racial persuasion, will come with a bag full of money, a suitcase full of money, and you looking at it right now and don't realize if they're coming with that amount, it must be worth more when it comes to that.
And I think that because I've always been around money kind of a
Right,
thing,
right,
it's always
right.
been around me. I guess you could say I had a silver spoon, but it wasn't like that.
Okay, so that silver spoon
It
got a little
definitely wasn't
dirty.
like I just got whatever I wanted. Yeah, it was kind of like, we're rich, you're broke.
Our family, we are here with our dear friend Angela Mingo. She's our guest entrepreneur, Airbnb super host. You can contact her via the IG. I already got pinned at the top of the link. Make sure y'all hit her up at IG. And if you want a business or be a potential partnership, work with them and from that angle, hit her up at email at MingoMajor LLC at Gmail. Now, business and potential partnership, what does that mean to you? What is that from your perspective? What can people would like, if you would like to business or partner with anybody, what does that mean from your perspective, please?
Yeah, that can really be in any capacity that anyone may be interested in. I'm always open to new opportunities, whether
Great,
that
great.
be you're interested in learning more about how I do what I do, or if you potentially have a home that you're looking to rent out, you would
Mm-hmm.
want to rent to someone doing what I'm doing because we have
That part.
cleaners, maintenance people that come in on a regular basis. The home is always in ready to sell
Right,
condition. So, if even if you have a home that you're looking into selling right now and it's just sitting on the market, we stage it and we post it to Airbnb and we make money on it while, you're waiting for the sale to come through. So
uh-huh.
if you have some that you're just looking for a long-term renter, we have clients that allow us to sign long-term leases and have the rent paid on time, in many cases in advance.
Right,
That's a
right.
guarantee. So any questions that anyone may have, please send them to my email.
Right.
um at the moment I am not really charging for
Oh, well,
any
girl, get your
questions or any gems.
well
So
if
at this time, you can get a lot of free information from me. I want to give, you know what I
yes, you
mean?
do.
But
That's right.
I had to invest in myself in order to get the information that I have
That's
and to
right.
learn to get me this far, to learn what I know. And so I do want to pass that on to a lot of other people. And
and
when that
and
demand grows, then
and I want them to understand that it's all right to donate or give or spend money, because some people do not respect. Sometimes people don't respect when they don't spend money enough, and I think it's that investment is so important, because when you invest, it's just like advertisement. I tell people back in the radio days when I was doing radio in New York, I used to say, advertisement doesn't cost, it pays. So it's all
mhm.
about, if you're willing to learn what you have to learn, and if you do have property around that your father or your mother or somebody, your grandparent may have left around, and you're willing to renovate it and get somebody to help you rent it out or show, this sister can show you how to do it, especially if it's a high influential area and all that kind of stuff. I think that's
Mhm.
going to be very important, because location is important, people. I want
Everything,
to, yeah,
honestly.
is
That's the
everything. I know that for a
location
fact.
is everything.
But
Mhm.
I'm proud of your journey, and I want you to just stress how important it is for young people to get into this, that are ready at 18 or 19, that have the mindset to go ahead and do it. How important it is that for them? Let them know that, please.
So when I started doing, this whole rental arbitrage thing, when I sign a 12-month lease, you're taking a risk. You're taking
Yes.
a risk that you're going to post it to Airbnb, and that, based on the research that you've done, that
Yes.
this is what the property is going to make, this is what it's going to do.
Right.
And if it doesn't, you have so much more time to bounce
Mm.
back if you're
Yes.
young, compared to trying to take this risk. Not to say that anyone who is older shouldn't take this
Right.
risk, because again, you can be guided on how to do so.
Right.
But if you're younger, it's really not much of a risk for you. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Right. 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 Give them
Unless you have
something
another
to.
plan, then definitely go for that. But this is also something that can be done very much so in the background. It's everyone says it's passive, and it is
Yeah.
passive to a certain extent.
Well, what I would ask you, after I found out your birthday, I said, you know what, this sister needs to write a book. She needs to teach classes, do workshops. And I hope this platform open you up anytime you want to advertise or talk to me, or
Okay.
promote something. Contact your brother. You made a great impression on me the first time we met, and I'm very
And
proud of that.
let me even say something about our first impression is I am never at that unit. I run it remotely, completely
Exactly.
remotely. I live in
Yes,
Orlando
you
and
told
that
me.
unit was in Tampa. I just happened to be there. I
Divine.
will come and I will stay there. Like that's another thing about
Yes.
location is
Yes.
when I go stay there, that is premium accommodation. Why
Yes, it
would
is.
I go looking for a hotel if that's where I'm staying?
Right.
So I can go stay there whenever I pretty much want to, And and so I happened to be checking out. I cleaned and I was checking out and I was handing the keys over. And that's the only reason why we even interacted that day. I'm never there. So I do believe in fate, and
Yes,
everything happens for a reason.
for
So
a
I kind of
reason.
understand.
And she's connected to the number one. I'm born February 1st, so I know that one and that 1910 energy, it connected for a
Okay.
reason. So I mean, she
Okay.
came off the car, she came back around to meet me because I was going through my little troubles with the little technology, what
Yeah.
was going on.
Problem.
And I was so happy to meet the sister because she did remind me of my sister. And I was like, okay, she reminded me of my sister. Cool. And I like, boom. And then she took me upstairs, showed me how to work the gadgets. And after once you show me how to work gadgets, I'm quick like that. I'm like, boop, bop, boop, let's do it. All right, I got this. So I'm so proud of you. And again, I'm encouraging you just with your frequency, your numbers, not astrology, real your numbers, because numbers don't lie. Do it, expand, don't be expendable. You got things to do on a higher level through authorship, books, writing, workshops, all of that on an international level. Because that people don't
Okay.
realize, Angela, 19 in ancient study of numbers from our ancestry is the number that shine light on the thing, but it's one of the most powerful numbers to have in your numerical scope. And people born on the 19 have done some great things in history. So like Smokey Robinson and Sine Latham, people that's born on the
Yes.
19th.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I want you to really think about it. I want to see a book. I want to see a workbook. I want to see all of that one day.
Okay.
I know you
You're
got it.
speaking it into existence. I believe this tongue is a very powerful thing, and you're
Yes, ma'am.
saying everything. So I accept it. I receive it, and I will continue to manifest all of it.
Well, again, I'm proud of you. Any last words you want to share with my audience of what you're doing and what not to do and what to do in this business, please? You can land the
Well,
plane
I'll
right
just
there.
say that based on the information I've provided here, if anyone has any questions or
Yes.
have I've sparked any thoughts for anyone around, alongside maybe what you're doing and how you can move
Right.
in this direction or anything like that, please don't hesitate to send me an email. I did just launch 2 new units in Lake Nona, which is in Orlando, right by the MCO airport, the Orlando International Airport. And we will have many more units to come this year in that same location, as well as potentially expanding into South Florida if I can, make that happen. So if anyone might be interested in an opportunity they have for me in South Florida, I'd love to hear about it and I'd love to work together on that.
Right now, you're in Orlando, Tampa, and Key West, correct?
That is correct. The
Okay.
one in Tampa is closed right now.
Okay.
So right
Okay.
now there are locations only in Orlando and in Key West.
Okay, no problem. My dear, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your wisdom, sharing your thing. And I can't wait to see what you manifest in the future, my dear. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, stay in touch, all right? And thank your parents for being of service to the United States of America through the Navy, okay? Thank you very much.
I will
All
let
right.
them know.
All
We
right.
will stay in touch. Have a good
All right.
day.
You too. That's our dear friend, our dear Angela Mingo. Make sure you support her and all that she does. Of course, contact her. Of course, Instagram. If you want to find out, teach your young people about business, teenagers, let her come and do a workshop for your schools and your all these different things to help our young people understand. She's a young energy, young vibes, and we need to promote that on multiple levels, man. The young people, if they catch it now, at least they can make their mistakes as they're early. Not like when they get up to my age, you can't be making no mistakes at this time. I'm going to have to be 58 in February 1st. So, which is only a 13, which I'm 13 years of age. That's all. I'm young. So, family, I hope y'all enjoyed what we shared with our dear Angela. She did a great job for the moments that she was up here. And I'm thankful I was the first to bring her on a podcast. So I'm glad that I could do that for many people. I've done that for numerous people like Kendall. I've done that for people like Color Curiosity. I've done that for numerous people in my past. So it was great to have Angela on. So family, just want to remind you tomorrow, we'll have KT on tomorrow. It's always a day away. KT will be with us tomorrow. I might come back on later on around 6-7 o'clock to answer some questions about numbers and all that kind of stuff and cycles, patterns, and sequences. Do remember, family, that tomorrow KT, the Arch Degree, is closing out the month of January. Although January the 31st is going to be the last day in January, which is my aunt's birthday. But we're closing out the month of January with our brother KT, and we're going to be starting off the new February right after my birthday with Adara Moselle. Then February 5th, we got Wayne Lightworker. Then we're going to be at the sold out 9 Ether God Fest. Of course, my books will be there. Nina Diamond's books will be on my table with her t-shirts and everything else. And my whole crew is going to be there, high heels with our candles. And also Millicent is going to be there with her Color Curiosity stuff. And do remember, if you're in Brooklyn, New York, Heru will be in Nicholas, Brooklyn on the 8th. And then the Purely Holistic Soul Expo, absolutely free with a lot of people. They even got a cold bath. They got a cold ice bath that's going to be there. So that's going to be powerful. And remember, Dr. Philip Valentine is doing something. He's doing the rebroadcast of his countdown to 2030. Make sure you go to his website or call that number to find out more information. Remember, Roz Kofi is coming in, How to Cultivate to Live. Then Abundance Child is coming in, Keeping Family and Business Alive with her husband, John Carr. Then we're doing a tribute to Delbert Blair with brother Tony on the 13th. Then Philip Valentine and my brother Sabir will be coming in on the 16th. Then on the 19th, we have Alicia Kair, Dr. Alicia Kair Ill. And then don't forget my workshop, the Grammar of Numerovation workshop, and how to articulate it is going to be fire. Big up to my moderator, Color Curiosity. Again, make sure you come on, feng shui your life with that color. I mean, a color can change your life in your house, what you wear, when you go to work, when you go for a job, when you wear at your business, the way you develop your business. Color can help you out, family. So make sure you contact Millicent to feng shui or put-unk your life. Wardrobe and color therapy can help heal you as best as it can. Big up to Paris Williams, herbalist, nutritionist, and intuitive advisor. Make sure you hit her up and spread some love with Paris all the time. That's my girl, 1000%. And don't forget, Lloyd Strayhorn got a workshop. If you really want to get into this thing called numerology as a career or astronumerology as a career, contact Lloyd Strayhorn. Also, big up to another sponsor, the one, the only Dr. Shakira Moore. Hit her up, hit her up, hit her up. Make sure you show us some love. Linktree/Holistica Healer. And also my Reiki specialist herself, the one, the only, Carrie Ann Ingram. Hit her up, scan the QR code, or go to our website, carrieanningram.com. Adara Moselle removes negative energy, helps with energy healing. She got a free consultation going on. Make sure you hit her up at adaramoselle.com. And don't forget, if you want to get any hypnosis with Kendall, go to the website, Hypnosis with Kendall, and tell her King Simon sent you, or call that 1-800 number and tell her King Simon sent you. Big up to DTR Taxes. If you want your taxes done, get everything straight, align you up. Really, the IRS wants you to save money and make some money. They don't really want to take money from you. Their whole bylaws, that's what I'm hearing, is there to help you keep your money, not lose your money. So, hey, let a financial advisor help you as much as you can. Just tell them that King Simon sent you. 862-314-6039. Big up to my son for his car detailing and pressure wash company. And of course, Dumpster Wash. Hit him up at the number right there at the bottom. Also, my other son with the recording studio. Hit him up if you want things recorded, audio books, if you want poetry books, whatever you're singing, whatever you're doing, rapping, whatever you're doing, he can help you out. And if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022 with an email, and I'll hook you up. Get my books, get my books, get my books. Get my books. Remember what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair says. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Thank you all for coming through. Thank our beautiful sister Angela. Here it goes. This is her information right here on the bottom. Hit her up at IG. It's pinned at the top of the chat. If you want to press and go to her link right away, go support her. And also, if you want some, she says she's doing consultation for free right now. So make sure you hit her up, business or potential partnership. If you have a house, if you have a unit that you want to rent out and you don't know what to do with it, she can help you out. She can give you guidance. Boom. MingoMajor LLC at gmail.com. You might have a unit. You might know somebody that have a unit and you need it rented out for short term or long term. She can help you out right now. So big up to Angela for that. I love that. I love that she has that services. All right, family. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. And more than likely, I will see you later. Remember, I love you because I love me. Peace and blessings. Take care.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website www.irawma.com for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You can also get my books on Amazon at Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.